Question of the day, what is your favorite classic country song? Yes, if you're like me and you read the name Islands in the Mist, you cannot read the name of this without thinking of the song Islands in the Stream. So, classic country, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, then I can sympathize with that. But let me know in the comments below, not that. Let me know in the comments below, question of the day, what is your favorite interesting movement mechanic? Moving around in a game is always vastly important in just about every single game that involves some sort of move. Now, obviously, there are card games like, well, I don't move, I just sit here. Got it. But let me know in the comments below what the most important thing, your favorite movement mechanic is. Because today we're taking a look at a game called Islands in the Mist, all about riding a hot air balloon into an island in the mist, and you're discovering and exploring. There are a couple different game modes in this, but we're going to be talking about how the game plays, what it does, as we always do. Got to go to Gen Con for the first time. Blast, fun time. Hope I get to see some of y'all there. It was really, really good to meet people and see people. But anyway, let's take a look at Islands in the Mist right now. So this is Islands in the Mist all set up right here. It is a very much solitaire game in the sense that the only interaction are really these clouds right here. Start the round, you're going to place tiles on the bag, from the bag on each cloud, except for the first one. This is set up for 2 players. They're already there for the first setup. Then you're going to determine the starting player based on the way that's randomly done. That's what happens actually at the end of each round typically. Then the person to the right of the starting player rolls both dice. Now the way these work is this tells us the direction we must move. So southeast, we're going to turn our little compass here to southeast. And then we also get a bonus of 2 energy. You start on 5, typically we'll move to 7 there. You then have to move in the direction that the place tells you. Now ideally you're going to be moving the amount of spaces based on the number in the space. If you want to move additional spaces, you have to spend energy. So we move 0 currently. So if I want to move 1 space, it'd be an energy. If I want to move 2 spaces, it'd be 2 energy. Now here's the tricky thing. If, for instance, I wanted to move in a different direction, I would have to slow down first all the way to 0 movements. Well, that's not hard because we're already moving 0. Slow down to 0, and then any direction I want to go is fine, but I have to spend 2 energy per movement to go that direction because you're fighting the wind, essentially. Once you land, you're then going to take all the tiles from a cloud. So you choose a cloud, take the tiles from that cloud, and then you can put them up here in your eyeglass to where you're looking down through the mist, or you can choose to convert them to energy. And they're converted to energy based on the numerical value. So this green one here, instead of me taking it, would be a 3, would be 0. So ideally, these are going to get more and more tiles on there. Once they hit a certain amount of tiles on there, they bust and they kind of roll off. You can then take the tiles and place them. You can place as many tiles as you want around your balloon, essentially. You can cover spots on the board, can't cover tiles. Ideally, what you're trying to do is connect the same tiles to their types. You have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. The game ends when someone connects all 6 tile types to the edge. Then scoring happens. The way the scoring works is you're going to score based on, and let's pull some tiles out here just so we can see connections here. So you're going to connect base to the landing platform, which is this one here. So let's get some out here. The amount of tiles scored is 2 points per tile touching the beach here. Per tile. So it's 2 of the ones you put on the board, not the ones that were already printed, but the ones you put on the board. And then there's some bonuses as well for the person with, let's see, there's quite a few bonuses actually. Terrain bonus, there is 5 or more of the identical terrain is you get a 3-point bonus. Cities score you points for the things around them, think terraforming Mars. Monuments are a straight amount of points. The player with the most monuments gets 3 points per monument. Second monuments gets 2 points per monument. And then lastly, the person with the energy bar, you convert your current energy bar points. So 6 for this one, 6 for that one, 8 for, or excuse me, 4, 6, 8 for that. And then volcanoes are minus points. You do want to cover these up as you see them on the board. But that's essentially it. You're gonna, and then the player who finishes first gets 10 points, and the person second is 5 points. That's essentially it. You're gonna want to do that. Connect as many tiles as you can out here to these bases. You're going to get the special tiles. That's the base game. When you cover up these places like this, you get the energy benefits like a gust of hot air to boost you or whatever. But that's how you play the game. You're going to move, discover tiles, get the points. It's very, very simple. You're laying tiles out there, but with the theme on it is you're taking a balloon ride instead of just slapping tiles out. So that is Islands in the Mist. What I love about this game, first of all, is how it looks. I like the way the pieces are, that you have the hot air balloon. I like that big chunky compass. I like the boards. I like the player boards. The actual world map itself is good. I mean, it's Michael Menzel art, so you can't go, but I actually thought it was a little blander than a normal for, you know, the grass looks like grass, and there's not as much detail as I was thinking there would be in those individual tiles. So that to me was not as good as some other ones I've seen in that vein. You know, Scythe's board is phenomenal. It's got so many hidden little Easter eggs and things. Would have been cool to see a little bit more of that, but again, the game's art looks phenomenal. Anything Menzel does is typically just amazing. But I like the way the pieces work. I like the way it flows. Let's talk about some things about mechanics as far as how the game plays. I like the movement mechanic. I like that you roll the dice, and then you have to spend your energy points to change direction. This is very, I want to say realistic, because obviously you're in a balloon, and I've never been in balloon physics, but I like the fact that it really costs you to make those decisions. Well, I have to go this way, or I could just go ahead and go that way, or I really need to move this direction, so let me slow down, turn, and then go that direction. But then I don't know if I have enough energy to do what I need to do elsewhere. So I like that kind of push and pull there. I like the scoring, actually. I like the scoring of this a lot, especially in the base game, the very first one, how you're just scoring those, you know, sets. It's a set collection almost of where you put things down onto the board. So there's that spatial element, there's that movement element. It's a very pretty game. At the end of the day, though, yes, I know the other modules, you know, the 2 and 3, the beginning game, the base game, at the end of the day, it's simpler than it looks. Like when you see it, you expect a lot more detailed, difficult game, but it's actually a lot more simple than it looks. I like how you survey through the telescope what's coming up, and then you put it on your board. I think that's really cool, and it really thematically fits this. This is a unique feel. There's not a lot of games that are based purely on interesting movement and then scoring based on how you manipulate that movement. So I thought that was really neat about this game. As far as it being a keeper in the collection and all that sort of stuff, it is a little light. It's good. I can't really put my finger on it. It's good, but it's almost like it's missing that oomph to take it next level. And I don't know what that is, and I know that's kind of my job here is to review, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on what it to me was missing when we were playing those times, and just seeing that, yes, it's gorgeous. It's really unique and interesting movement, but I feel like there's just that compelling nature that's missing from it of I have to do this, or else, you know, I don't have a strategy or anything like that. So take it or leave it for what it is. I'm going to say it's a 6.5 numerically out of 10. It's good. It's fun. It's not the greatest game I've ever played. It looks good, but there's just something missing, a je ne sais quoi, if you will. I'm sure that's pronounced wrong, but just something, and I can't put my finger on it. Let me know in the comments if you've played this and you know what I'm talking about. There's just something missing that you wish was there for a little bit of meatier experience. But all in all, solid average game, above average game, better than most, worse than a lot. But it is Islands in the Mist. It's pretty, it's interesting. That is Islands in the Mist. I don't often do negatives. I try to steer clearer of those. And yes, I guess technically a 65 is a positive above 50, but if you got that on test paper, you wouldn't be the most excited thing in the world, but you didn't fail. So not burying the game, but also not praising the game. The art looks good. There's certain things about it that are interesting. The movement's cool, but there's just something missing from keeping it from being a just wow game. So that's Islands in the Mist.